Sarcosuchus was one of the largest crocodile-like reptiles that ever lived on Earth. This giant predator could grow up to 11 to 12 meters long, making it almost twice the size of modern crocodiles. Its weight is estimated to be around 8 to 10 tons, giving it the power to dominate entire river systems. Its skull alone could reach nearly 1.8 meters in length, filled with more than 100 sharp conical teeth designed for gripping and crushing prey. Its bite force was incredibly powerful, strong enough to grab large animals and drag them into the water within seconds. This massive reptile lived around 112 million years ago during the early Cretaceous period. And unlike modern crocodiles, it shared its world with dinosaurs around 110 million years ago in a vast river system flowing through what is now the Sahara Desert. A young dinosaur approached the water's edge to drink. The surface looked calm, the water barely moved, and nothing seemed out of place, but just beneath the muddy surface, a massive shape lay completely still. Only its eyes and nostrils remained above water, silently watching and waiting. Within a split second, the water exploded as the giant predator launched forward. Jaws opening wide, the dinosaur had no time to react. That predator was Sarcosuchus, the ruler of ancient rivers. Sarcosuchus was a giant crocodiliform reptile that lived during the early Cretaceous period. In what is now North Africa, fossils of this massive creature were discovered in the Sahara Desert, particularly in Niger, where ancient river systems once existed millions of years ago. During that time, the Sahara was not a desert, but a lush environment filled with rivers, lakes, and vegetation. This provided the perfect habitat for a massive aquatic predator like Sarcosuchus. Its long body was covered in thick armored scales known as osteoderms, which provided protection against attacks and environmental threats. Its limbs were strong but relatively short compared to its body, suggesting that it spent most of its time in water rather than on land. Its long tail was powerful and muscular, allowing it to move efficiently through water and generate sudden bursts of speed. The skull of Sarcosuchus was one of its most distinctive features. It had a long, narrow snout filled with sharp teeth designed for catching fish and other animals. However, unlike modern crocodiles, Sarcosuchus had a large bulb-like structure at the end of its snout, known as a bulla. Scientists believe this structure may have been used for sound production or display purposes. Sarcosuchus was likely an ambush predator, similar to modern crocodiles. It would remain hidden in water with only its eyes and nostrils visible, waiting patiently for prey to approach. When the prey came close enough, it would launch a sudden attack using its powerful jaws. Its diet likely included fish, turtles, and possibly even dinosaurs that came too close to the water. Although it may not have hunted large dinosaurs regularly, it certainly had the size and strength to attack smaller or young dinosaurs. Its teeth were not designed for slicing flesh like those of sharks, but were ideal for gripping and holding struggling prey. Once captured, the prey would be dragged into the water where it could drown. Sarcosuchus may have also used a death roll technique similar to modern crocodiles to tear apart its food. Scientists believe Sarcosuchus grew continuously throughout its life. This means older individuals could reach enormous sizes compared to younger ones. Growth patterns suggest that this reptile took many years to reach its maximum size. Its massive body required large amounts of food, which meant it needed a stable and rich ecosystem to survive. For millions of years, Sarcosuchus thrived in the river systems of ancient Africa. However, environmental changes eventually began to affect its habitat. As the climate changed and water systems shifted, many of the lush environments began to dry out. Rivers shrank and ecosystems transformed. This would have reduced the availability of food and suitable living conditions for large aquatic predators. At the same time, new species of crocodiles and other predators began to evolve. These newer species were smaller, more adaptable, and better suited to changing environments. As conditions became less favorable, Sarcosuchus populations likely declined. Eventually, this giant reptile disappeared from the fossil record. Its extinction marked the end of one of the largest crocodile-like predators in Earth's history. Today, Sarcosuchus remains one of the most fascinating prehistoric reptiles ever discovered. Its massive size and connection to the age of dinosaurs make it a unique example of ancient predator evolution. Its fossils continue to provide valuable information about prehistoric ecosystems and the animals that lived within them. Sarcosuchus was one of the most powerful river predators to ever exist. But even giants disappear when their world begins to change.